Slowly, ease the grip you've been holding for so long. Not everything at once. No pressure to fix it all right now. Just loosen it a little. Even one finger is enough. Just enough to remind yourself of something important. You are holding the anxiety, it is not holding you. Because somewhere along the way, that line got blurred. What started as something you carried became something that started carrying you. It became the space you woke up in. The background noise you stopped noticing. The constant tension that quietly replaced what peace used to feel like. And I'm not here to rush you out of it. Not here to judge how tightly you've been holding on. I'm here to sit beside you and gently remind you there is something beyond this. There is a kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from work. It comes from always being on edge, from being ready for something to go wrong. When you live like that for too long, your body forgets how to relax. Your thoughts don't slow down. Your breathing becomes shallow. Even rest starts to feel unfamiliar. And over time, you stop noticing it because it starts to feel normal. But hear this clearly. This is not who you are. This is what you adapted to. This is what you became when you had nowhere else to place the weight you were carrying. And I see what it's cost you. The mornings that didn't feel fresh. The conversations you replayed long after they ended. The decisions you delayed because every option felt risky. The plans you made, then doubted, then rebuilt again. Not because you were incapable, but because your mind couldn't feel safe choosing. The nights you stayed awake while everything around you was quiet. Wondering why rest felt so far away, and maybe at some point you started asking yourself, why am I like this? But listen carefully. There is nothing wrong with you. There is something heavy on you, and that difference matters more than you realize. Now, just for a moment, place your hand on your chest, right where your breath feels tight, right where the tension has been sitting for too long. Don't try to fix it. Don't push it away. Just notice it. Acknowledge it. Let your hand say what words haven't been able to say. This is where I've been carrying too much. Stay there for a second, because what you've been taught about strength isn't the full truth. You were told strong people carry everything. But real strength? Real strength is knowing when to put something down. You were told that anxiety means you care deeply, but you can care without losing yourself in it. You were told that constant worry is responsibility. But responsibility doesn't mean living in fear. It means showing up without letting the weight consume you. And right now, you don't have to solve everything. You don't have to carry everything. You don't have to keep proving how strong you are. Just start here. Loosen the grip, breathe a little deeper, and remind yourself you are allowed to feel peace again. Let me tell you something clearly. Worry is not responsibility. It only looks like it. It's what responsibility turns into when trust disappears. And you have already carried more than enough. You've been so careful, so aware, so alert, that somewhere along the way you started believing everything depended on you. As if staying awake at 3 a.m. was protecting your future. As if resting meant something would go wrong. As if the moment you stopped watching everything would fall apart. But that's not responsibility. That's the story anxiety taught you. It could stay a little longer. Listen carefully. You are not the one who has to watch over everything. You are not the one who has to control every outcome. There are things beyond your view, beyond your understanding, and they were never yours to manage. Your role is not to carry the weight of the whole world. Your role is to release what was never yours in the first place. Now think about this honestly. How much of your life has been spent in constant alert mode? Replaying conversations in your head, trying to catch what you might have missed, going back over mistakes, just in case there's something you didn't fix, imagining every possible outcome. You can be ready, checking, rechecking, overthinking, hoping it gives you control. But has it? Has all that effort made the future safer? Or has it only made the present heavier? Because the truth is, the future was never depending on your worry, and no amount of overthinking has ever guaranteed peace. All it has done is take your peace away right now. For a moment, I want you to feel something different. What does it feel like to not be responsible for everything? To step out of that role completely? To realize you don't have to hold it all together. You don't have to be the one constantly on guard. You are not the system keeping everything running. You are not the one holding the world in place, and you never were. There is something far greater holding it, something steady, something constant, something unshaken. It was there before you arrived. It will still be there long after you rest. You are allowed to rest too. Not the restless kind of sleep where your mind keeps scanning for problems, but real rest. The kind where your body lets go, where your mind softens, where you are not preparing for the next impact. You are allowed to step out of that constant alertness. Like someone finally setting down a weight they were never meant to carry this long. Because the truth is simple. You don't have to fight everything. You don't have to anticipate everything. You don't have to control everything. You can let go. And nothing important about your life will fall apart because you did. You've been holding too much for too long. Don't try to drop everything at once. Just ease your grip a little. Even that small shift matters. Because somewhere along the way, the weight you were carrying started carrying you. It became your normal, your background noise. The thing you woke up with and fell asleep to, so constant that you stopped questioning it. But listen carefully, this isn't who you are. It's what you adapted to. There's a kind of exhaustion that comes from always being on alert, always preparing for what might go wrong. Your body tightens, your thoughts race, your breath shortens, and after a while you forget that peace even exists. But peace hasn't disappeared. You've just been standing too long in survival mode. Right now, don't fight it. Don't force it away. Just notice it. Place your hand on your chest and feel that tension. Not to push it down, but to acknowledge it. This is where you've been carrying too much. And here's the truth you need to hear. You were never meant to carry all of this alone. Strength is not about holding everything forever. Real strength is knowing when to release what isn't yours. You've been told that worrying means you care, that staying alert means you're responsible. But constant worry isn't responsibility. It's pressure without peace. You don't need to control everything to protect what matters. Not every outcome depends on your constant vigilance. Not every future needs your fear to prepare for it. You can step out of that role. You can rest. Right now, take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Again, slower this time. Feel your shoulders drop, even just a little. That's where it begins. Not with a big breakthrough, but with a small release. You don't have to solve your whole life today. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. Just be here, safe in this moment, breathing, letting go one layer at a time, because you're not falling behind. You're finally slowing down enough to heal. It doesn't rush in, it doesn't force anything. It simply stays. It stays through the endless loops in your mind. It stays when you almost feel okay, and then one thought pulls you right back again. It stays on the days when you're too drained to even explain what's wrong. No judgment, no pressure. Just presence. Like a candle in a room where the wind keeps slipping through the cracks. The flame trembles, but it doesn't go out. That's you. The winds have been strong, stronger than most people realize. And somewhere along the way, you started believing the flicker meant weakness. But it didn't. That flicker meant you were still standing. It meant something inside you refused to quit. Every moment you thought you were falling apart, you were actually holding on in ways no one could see. Because continuing forward while carrying anxiety, that takes a different strength, and that strength hasn't gone unnoticed. I see the cost. The energy you spent worrying about things that never even happened. The nights you lost to thoughts that had no real place to land. You tried to prepare for every possibility, because preparing felt safer than waiting. But no one can prepare for everything, and trying to do that will only wear you down. Hear this clearly. Your exhaustion is not failure. It's proof you were trying to do something no human can sustain. You don't need to carry that anymore. Right now, you don't have to solve your whole future. You don't need answers for the next year, or even the next month. Just this hour. Stay here. Breathe here. And in this hour, let the noise inside your mind soften. Just a little. Not gone. Just quieter. Because silence might feel impossible today, but softer is possible. And softer is enough. That's how healing begins. Not all at once, but slowly, gently, layer by layer. The anxiety won't control you forever, but it doesn't disappear in a single moment either. It fades step by step. And that slow process, that's not weakness. That's how real change lasts. You've lived with urgency for so long, like everything had to be solved right now. But peace doesn't grow in urgency. It grows in patience. We slow down together. Before you leave, take a moment with this feeling. Don't rush away from it. If these words brought you even a little peace, let that support continue. Like this video so it can reach more people who need it right now. Subscribe to the channel for more content that strengthens your mind and spirit. And share this message with someone who might be silently going through the same thing. You never know whose life you might touch with one simple share. Stay grounded, stay strong, and remember, you're not alone on this journey.